I'm going to try, okay?
See what the drivers in the cars here are
Holy
going to
shit!
do.
You see how fast the pace car got out of there?
Oh my god.
Oh god! What is going on?
Oh my gosh, we've got a big accident here on the...
I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh
Yep.
god!
Oh no, we've got drivers upside down.
Is that a survivable thing?
I don't know that it... Well, it had the Halo these cars. Conan coming up on yet another driver he doesn't respect.
Careful, you're gonna psych Potato Lobster out there.
Which are famously, of course, two-wheel drive cars. Oh no.
Oh no!
Onto gravel.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
That was my bad.
To the forbidden zone.
We might wind up back on the road.
Wait, we are. Look to your right.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're on the gravel.
Wait, what?
But they're back up.
Yeah.
Holy crap, they're still moving!
How is the car? Is it drivable?
So, route 35 righty over kick
Oh,
and
holy crap.
minus left
They're gonna
50.
go for it!
Right kick, don't. And
Oh,
So the Legends cars are our rear-wheel drive, which means that as they transfer weight, they are gaining grip, and obviously the TCR cars are front. Oh
and then there's this. Oh, the car's like popping into existence in the back there.
max press. 50.
Yeah! All right. Now 629.
629.39 with a massive accident.
Complete with a little pure whiskey.
Yeah.
Moving on. The path for Space Beauties is somewhat more complicated.
We should put him on ice.
Space Beauties needs to invent time travel so he can go back to the beginning of the season to do better, preferably all the way back to when the dinosaurs raised go-karts.
You just had fun with AI for this one.
Sir,
Oh.
sir.
No.
Well, now you know why they put roll cages in convertibles.
Thank you so much for having us.
This is,
Eh.
hold on, sorry, we gave you the Here. Oh, how did he get the pace on that? Is that Yelmo?
That looks like Yelmo.
Holy shit!
He must have had a hell of an exit on turn 7 there. But Offside is not giving it up.
Oh,
no, he doesn't lift.
Offside. Oh, that's pretty. That's real pretty.
Let's go to the...
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's good. Bonk.
Bring me the dirigible camera.
He actually might
Kyle has something to do with it. He's within spitting distance.
Pretty aggressive.
Oh!
There's your shot, buddy.
And Space Ponies keep it together. Oh, he's not giving it up like that.
Wow.
It's a great question. Would you like to see him enter the Brundle? That is what the turn is called.
It's not called the Brundle, it's called Brundle. If you put a the in front of it, it becomes something else entirely.
There's only one of them. Tonight on Tonight We Race. We race. What happens after I... Right.
Well, we're supposed to push the button to, yeah.
It's been a little while. So, boy, it's been quite some time since we were back here at episode 4 in the Secret Underground Racing Laboratory, and I can see that the changes we made to the... Don't let me explain it before you do it.
Okay.
The changes that we made to the pod quad to accommodate the spectator cams in the Enduro special last week have not been undone. So please, Maestro, thank you, and let me just go turn those back on real quick. There, see, we've got 4 drivers in the studio tonight. It's great.
It's fine.
We are coming at you
have
from
to do a clean
Summit
lap to
Point
qualify.
Raceway in the, I was going to say, incomparable Kia Optima, but I think it actually compares very nicely to a Hyundai Sonata, as well as perhaps an entry-level Honda Accord.
You know, I was looking at my notes, checks notes, Kia Optima. Oh, okay. No, we're being serious about that then.
No, this is absolutely, in fact, a real Kia Optima.
Yeah, Kia Optima. Yeah.
Are you trying to say that they've all been stolen? Let's check in and see how our qualies are going with the cold open drivers.
Let's do
In
it.
Pod 1 tonight, we have Potato Lobster back from his motorcycle adventure down in ORP, and he seems like he is in the middle of something right now, so we're going to keep moving.
Oh, this is going to be so
Special
fun.
guest
As I
in
approach
Pod
the
2
AI
tonight,
on their
Jack
outlets.
Harrison from Dirtfish, and he is out in the clean, clear air on the front straight where he's about to make quite a right-hander. But we're going to save that drama for the real race and skip that and go to Pod 3. Duffy back in the Oscar. Oh, Jesus. A break was given.
Just
Yeah.
got yeeted.
Yeah.
Relaxed contact rules in the cold open race, and Conan back in the studio after a
Dr.
little
Gould
bit of a
almost
break.
went with the Kit Kat car.
Also looking no
Yeah, I
worse
was
for the
like,
wear from his trip
gotta
down to
go
ORP
with
for his
at
birthday.
break.
And his first time in the Kia Optima tonight. I'm not getting spectator cam tech. What's going on, buddy?
Oh no.
Oh, and I got a black flag.
Have you launched OBS out of curiosity?
I might have closed it.
Just on a random,
Here, I got you.
Pit.
God damn it! That one's on. Oh, okay. Well, this isn't helpful.
Skip.
Now that I've got a black flag, though, I have nothing to lose.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
we're back. It's okay. We had a one episode break over the last
the way
week,
they-
so
I
we've
just
forgotten
marked it onto the front
everything
straight
about
and
how
just
this show
like,
works.
Everything's fine.
Oh, wow. You can go way out.
That's
on
a
the
good view.
exit to the last turn.
Who wound up being in the Captain Crunch Optima?
I think it's both pods 2 and 3.
Pods 2 and 3 in the Captain Crunch Optima. Well, here's one of them. Jack Harrison, a.k.a. Headbang Bison, deep in contact here with the Exalta Kia. Not taking the inside line there. Perhaps he has not heard
I have
that
to go
we
through
use
the pit to get rid of my black
relaxed contact rules in the cold open race.
Should have a word with Conan then.
Speaking of which, every time I check in on Conan, he's at that hairpin. That's an intent man. Look at that right there.
That's
I'm
Duffy
not
appears to have
gonna do that.
accumulated a black flag somehow. Duffy, what did you do, buddy?
flag. I have no idea how I got it. I'm assuming speeding in the pit, but I don't know.
Back out to the quad.
I think I was supposed to hold in the pit. I don't know. That's fine if I'm at the back anyways.
That's where all the drama is. That means that I get a drama cam to watch from.
Boo.
At least one of our friendly AIs making a move there.
Can anybody really call AI friendly?
And I do a kickflip on the front straight.
Depends on what the model was trained on, Conan.
You mean right here?
my
internet?
drivatar.
What the fuck just happened right there?
I didn't.
Well,
Oh, I rolled.
this is all starting off very nicely.
My crew chief just said that. Looks
I believe that's everybody getting summoned in from their qualifiers. I'm seeing checkered flags all around here.
Still driving.
I got a checkered and a black flag.
Gotta
I can
catch them
use all
all.
the flags.
That is a
Power
popular
just-
rut to pull
Gotta
off
catch 'em
into.
all.
What do our looks like an awful lot of Division 1 AIs sitting at the top of that. Can you give me a scroll there?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, and is that Potato Lobster at the top of that? Look at that. Speaking of which, Potato Lobster, I do believe you're being called into grid. So just go find some jump to go over before you...
Really, I'm the only one who didn't set a lap.
I said a lap.
I got one, mate.
It's already a gotcha. Cool.
So,
Sounds like a yes, Derek.
I mean, I'm looking at the results, and I'm the only one who didn't set a lap.
oh, didn't settle.
We've
up.
got
Oh,
some
I didn't-
humans
I
towards the
didn't
top
sell
of this
that.
list.
I don't think
well,
I did.
Everyone else except for me has a time and qualify. So, yeah.
I got it out.
I believe we are going to be watching the drama of the race from Pod 4's position at the start. There's the grid signal. Everybody is being summoned out onto the track.
First challenge, I guess. Oh, man.
Oh, I guess Pod 3.
I'm
Excuse
safe
me.
here.
There,
in the
there we
back
go.
Anyways.
Yeah, I guess.
We believe in you, Oscar Meyer Wiener.
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Remember,
Make
early
popcorn.
start. I think they might have forgot.
This apparently the Kia Optima sounds like popcorn popping when it hits the rev limiter.
I guess you don't really need
Fits
to know
with the
how to
food
launch.
theme.
I wouldn't know. I've never had a Kia Optima nor popcorn.
This is true.
Well, do you have to
being
stop
tired.
the engine from coming out of the bay somehow?
You don't just bolt it in tighter, or
Did I really make this a parade
Like,
lap?
how long is that?
Wow, it would not go
15
in
minutes.
here.
I'm looking at the remaining time, and it says 0.
Well, that's just going to make the drama a little bit further spread out and later. Duffy being asked to catch the 20 car. Headbang Bison locked
I
in
love
nice and
slow
tight up front.
drives through the racetrack.
Potato Lobster
sure
towards
there's
the
some
rear
maybe
end of
after
that
the
pack.
first
Maybe
swap?
let's say 2/3 of the way back there past the Rita's car.
read it. I'm trying to read the other text on it.
There's an awful lot of branding going on here in these
Yeah.
Kia series.
My challenge is to see how many cars I can make up at the start.
Yes, yes.
My challenge is
Is there a safety car?
You know, okay. First of all, that the safety
someone
car
with a
has to
safe car.
consent to that. Second of
Oh,
all,
I see.
that's a fun way to get a black flag.
Now seems like the ideal time to text and drive.
Oh no, he is texting and driving. Oh, good. Texting and a race car driving.
Dr. Gould's warming up the tires back there. Everybody be ready.
I'm holding the brake too. I'm getting all of it.
I think this is as good a place as any.
To text.
How is
or-
there already debris on the track?
It's from
Not my
Quali.
fault.
Because
Some
they're
of it might
Kias.
be from the some of it might be from the pace car.
Oh, it's the bolts falling off the Kia?
My Captain Crunch trail.
Too bad it's a key.
How many over under? How many cars is the first corner going to collect?
7.
Oh,
9.
Yeah, how many are out here?
This looks like a good a spot as any.
37 because I'm dead last.
The pace car's off. Be ready for. They never say what to be ready for. Just gonna go ahead and pick that up. Thank you.
Such a nice and tidy parade. Oh, and
There's the green,
Wow.
and they're off.
Not tidy anymore.
And also phasing in on the spectator here. I believe that we need to up the spectator cam's car quantity here. I think that's what's going on here. I know it's set back at 60. Let's watch from back here. Conan
That's
in
what I'm
Pod 4
talking
sitting
about. I mean,
approximately
it's
6
10
positions
spots.
off the lead car here. He's probably thinking that he can cut and thrust right into the lead. And with one more car behind him, he may not be wrong. Approaching the right sweeper and the left-hand hairpin coming around tight. In practice, he was a little bit wide on that, but in the actual race, he picks it up fine. Gets enough pace to get on the inside of whatever... was that Tonight We Race 2? Yes, that would be Jack now sitting just behind the chill wave of Conan. A little bit of a boop as a treat. A counter boop as another treat. The golf car going right by. Is the golf one of ours?
oh, we're doing it. We're going places.
Oh no! Oh, he recovers
Oh.
it, sort of. Golf is the Utah crew. Oh no!
With friends like these, who needs enemies?
It looks like Jack also ate that one. Is now at the beach on the straight. That's never a good place to be.
I managed one incident-free lap. I'll take it.
Checking in on Potato Lobster now in turn 1 for the second time, coming around. Something sim shop for all of your sim shop needs. It's a creative line through there. What do they call that? Social pathing? We're just like
What?
Well, you build the large grassy area, but then you don't build paths on it, and you just let like people walk. Like they do this at college quads. Like they don't actually lay down paths; they just figure out where all the students are going to walk through it, and whenever like the grass wears away, they lay concrete there.
Huh.
And
Well, I mean, yeah.
and that's how this racetrack was created.
I mean, generally when that happens, you're trying to get from point A to point B.
Right.
This isn't. This is a straight line.
Let's go see where the drama is right now, and it may very well be. Looks like Jack sitting at pause 37 here. Potato Lobster at position 24. Duffy at position 30. And Conan up towards the front in position 6, right behind the Utah crew. What done him dirty not 5 minutes ago. 12 minutes left on the clock for this race. Hearing some actuator noise back there. Looks like Duffy might have had a little oh, that's, I wouldn't call that a resafe re-entry, or resafe, a safe re-entry.
Certainly was an entry, yes.
A little bit of extra deference for the Oscar Mayer Wiener car. We all like hot dogs. Oh, right. Minor login snafu before the beginning of the session. We actually have 2 cars in the Pod 2 livery tonight. Jack getting up close and personal as he begins picking the positions back up. Moving up on the outside of the K1 circuit car. That's probably not the right place to take this one, but he switches it back, and he takes 2, almost 2, on the inside of the next segment. K1 refusing to give it up.
That's some creative braking.
I think the AI was trying to figure out what its braking obligations were. We have not instructed the AIs to avoid human contact at all costs. That's a fun button, but this isn't the right race for it. Checking in back on Conan. Looks like he's about 2.5 seconds out from the Utah crew. That's Michael Carr. Unfortunately, hosted races don't carry our league nicknames, and so you're seeing actual stuff and not the names of people. Using a little bit of early apex there to get out in front. He's wide through the right-hander. That may have picked him up half a second there. What he really wants is exit speed on this straight. Kisses the apex. And he is going to pick up time here on the Utah crew because he was on the black stuff and they were on the tan stuff. Kind of makes a difference. Yes, Sarah Thomas, no racing line. He kind of found it that way and decided not to change it. I believe the quote was, because I'm lazy.
Yep. Accurate.
All right, now to relentlessly pressure my car into making a mistake. Just brake a little less, buddy.
Utah crew a little aggressive in the pass that got them there, so we're looking forward to see how that favor is repaid.
Just one more outbreaking. Who do I have the pleasure of racing with?
That would be the Utah crew, buddy.
Well, yeah, but which Utah crew?
Whichever one has the blue bucket over their head.
Can they share their social security number, date of birth, and last 3 addresses, please?
It's Mango. No.
Hey, Mango. Good to race with you again.
The Utah crew is a driver collective, and we never actually know which one of them is racing which race. It makes blaming anyone for anything somewhat difficult.
I mean, sounds great for insurance.
Conan making a move to the outside to scare off one of those AIs there. Don't know if race control would have thought of that as blocking or not. What? Where was that?
Number 1.
Checking back in with Headbang Bison. He has picked up 7 positions since we last looked in. Sorry. 10 positions since we last checked in. And is now in the thick of it, with some serious dive bombing going on back there. And he's going to swim past another batch here, purchasing them in bulk.
Can I ask for an investigation on this AI and their non-wearing tires?
You can, but it goes to an AI arbiter, so, you know, good luck.
That's
Potato Lobster in position 23. Just that car 35. Watch out. He's a bad egg.
Apologies to whoever I just bumped there.
He's going to have the drive for that, but can he make it to the apex in time? I'm not sure he can. Oh, well, if the other car gives it up, then why not?
Just brake early. Wait, wasn't that what Conan was saying?
Oh, I think that is what he was saying. Speaking of which, Conan's still hot on the tail of the Utah crew. Tech, we haven't checked in on K-Fox recently. Where's Kasey? Sitting out in front of a pack of, looks like, 2 others.
Terrible time to go to that camera.
There we go. That's a good one. I don't see anyone up in front of Kasey. Does that mean we're looking at pause 1? That seems an awful lot.
Yeah. There's a lot going on that livery.
Well, we both kind of messed that up, but also it got the AI off my back, which is nice.
Heading back to where the drama is this evening, it's Conan attempting to get inside of Utah crew, thinking the better of it, and swinging back out. Every time he plays that game, though, he accordions just a little bit closer. Utah crew burning off some speed in the sand trap.
oh sweet. The 3rd place has joined the pack.
Conan once again going for an early inside line there.
I want to see if I can go slow enough for 3rd place to overtake 2nd place, and I can just...
Lots of marbles coming off. It's a good thing we don't make the mandatory pit in this circuit.
in these cars?
Popping back out. Headbang Bison in traffic, getting the gain on 22 there. He is now in position 24 and moving up. Putting him behind, is that a KFC car?
Here we go.
We're going to have to look at the replay to get the entire story, but I think that the story of this race is Jack getting done dirty twice and having to make up 10 positions at a time. Seems to be working out pretty well for him. Touching the apex there, just a little extra, using the runoff, and he is going to have some drive right there. Back out to the quad.
Taking it from you. Utah and Conan are getting a little buddy-buddy here. 2 wide through like last 3 turns. Wow. Camera made it go away.
Oh, that does look pretty.
When did he take him? I hate that I missed it.
Back in turn 1.
Well, you know what we have to do is we need to have a gyro cam on Utah Crew now. You can punch that through when you pick it up. Jack now sitting in position 23,
No.
Duffy in position 34.
Not like this.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Fight, AI. Fight. Let me run away.
No.
And that's going to be the Utah Crew coming back out in front of the front straight, meaning that Conan has to do his own laundry for a week. These are the stakes that we play for here on Tonight We Race. We've seen this picture before.
But not from this close. We can actually see the pass this well. Never mind.
What happened?
Almost gets inside that time, but has to give it up. Utah Crew using all of the track there, trying to keep the velocity up. Conan doing a very good job of not making those quarter panel touches.
Yet.
It's not clear that the AI behind him believes in the same logic, but it is what it is. Checking in on Potato Lobster. Out in clear air in position 28.
I really need a round wheel for some of those.
He's 2 seconds
in the
on
back.
AI Chris Page to catch up. Duffy in pause 33 with 3.7 seconds to his next AI target. Jack having advanced from the back to position 22, but he's got a whole bunch of clear air in front of him.
Hello.
I got the brakes just right on that one.
And we're back to the fight.
But unfortunately,
Intent looks on Conan as he attempts to catch up for the third time to the Utah Crew. Utah Crew using a bit more of the track and picking up a full second. Tech, how are things going up front?
Casey's still up in front, although he lost a little bit of ground mass in AI. So AI will take
That's what's behind him right now.
No, this is, I was watching.
There we go.
Very close.
That's reasonably pressured. That's
Yeah, oh yeah. And that's,
looks like things are going to get interesting now because Casey's about to come up to lap traffic, and we've got how much time left on the clock here? Approximately 10 seconds. It's not going to matter. And now you know how much time it takes to accordion from front to back on Summit Point. Ooh, big actuator noise out to the right. Oh, no!
Ooh.
Not like this. But it was exactly like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he
no.
gets back up front.
How did that
Where does
happen?
he keep coming from? It's like a bad penny. He always turns up.
Front straight.
Did he eat some
We need to check the replay on that.
time or?
You know, they love saying who's in the cockpit when they do stuff like that. Conan going wide in his last lap and gets boxed in by the number whatever purple car. And that is going to be the end of his
that
lap.
was so good.
What a race.
Good job, Mango. Killed it. Oh, hell yeah.
What happened there?
Somebody going to
That
call
was really nice
AAA?
racing.
Or at least race control.
That should have been a flag.
As we wait for our two final white flags to turn checkered and come across the line. Headbang Bison, a.k.a. Jack Harrison, coming across the line in position 22. Duffy coming up to the final turn complex here. Looks like he's going to finish in 33rd, barring anything tragic. But we manufacture tragedy here on Tonight We Race.
Is that a command or?
Bang tragedy. Finishing strong. And Potato Lobster is coming in on his. Oh, no, I think he's already passed his line. So we're square here. Let's go do the rest of the show.
Why do you think
I think I've got a button for this that does something like that and puts us out in front. Welcome to Tonight We Race, Seattle's secret underground racing laboratory. We are back after a 1-week hiatus to finish out the final 3 episodes of Season 4, which we will talk about here in just a second. But before we do,
I feel like the adaptive AI is like...
let's talk about that Kia Optima. Now, I believe, Shote, I printed out a sheet of interesting statistics about the Kia Optima.
Yes.
What did you find the most surprising?
3,000 pounds.
You realize that's a weight and not a cost.
Well, I mean, could have fooled me either way, but...
These guys carry about 375, 350 horsepower, front-wheel drive, obviously, and the Kia Optima was one of the first cars that really showcased Hyundai's ability to put together a race car. It is considered a lesser class than the TCRs, and that is largely due to the comparative lack of downforce and other suspension embellishments. But as an entry-level car into the touring class, it's fantastic. And one of the best things about it, it is free content in iRacing. And if you really like front-wheel drive cars for some reason, it is a thing that's available to you right off the bat. We, of course, took that to Summit Point Raceway, which is West Virginia's hidden gem and is a wonderful rolling track full of elevation changes and, let's be honest, mostly decreasing and increasing radius turns that I'm not a huge fan of. This would be a very, very different circuit in rear-wheel drive, and perhaps in a later season we will have that exact conversation. But before we do that, let's do the news. And you didn't see the news deck tonight,
Oh,
did
no,
you?
I didn't.
Excellent.
So this will be great.
Unfortunately, it's Formula One season, so we are forced by law to talk about Formula One.
Wow.
And you haven't checked it in a while, have you?
No, what happened?
Well, the short answer is that Max has been kind of having a bad time. Let's say that he was creatively retired early in Austria. And it's led to a very interesting situation here because what you don't see in this screenshot is kind of like down here in like 17 or 18 is Tsunoda Yuki, which is, of course, Red Bull's secondary driver that they pulled up from the minors in the middle of this season, who started strong but just has not been able to match the pace whatsoever. And, like, the tragedy here is that if you subtracted Max's points from the constructor total here, like, Red Bull Racing would be a backmarker in the championship.
Wow.
It's all on Max's back, and now that he's not producing, it's kind of a problem for them. Which is all we're going to say about Formula One because enough breath gets wasted on it constantly. Our next, and I believe our only other bit tonight, comes from Fuel Arc, who sends us lots of fun news on occasion. Shote, what do you think this number represents?
We still talking Formula One?
No, we are no longer talking Formula One. We're talking about other areas of the automotive world right now.
R&D for a car?
That number is the profit margin for Nissan Motors in the fiscal year that just ended.
Wow.
And that number is red because that is a negative number.
Oh, no.
I was like,
Nissan lost $4.5 billion in their most recent fiscal year.
I might have.
What did their their annual report say on that?
I can tell you what their annual report said on that. They only have $15 billion in cash available.
Ooh, that's not
great.
You
have like a second.
It's not great.
That's not a good run
and
rate.
We can go into the reasons for all of those things perhaps another time in another episode, but I thought you would like the shock value of that one. Let's go into the driver roster. Coming to you tonight from the Secret Underground Racing Laboratory in Pod 1, Potato Lobster, who is a veteran of Seasons 3 and 4 and sitting in the bottom left of Pod Quad Shots. In Pod 2, the guest pod this season, Headbang Bison, a.k.a. Jack Harrison of Dirtfish. In fact, I do believe the head driving instructor of Dirtfish, which might explain why he keeps eating 10 people at a time out there. Graciously volunteering to come in tonight. In Pod 3, Duffy, a veteran of multiple seasons here on Tonight We Race. And then I'm so lazy.
Oh, right. You're still logged in over there.
Did Conan find out that I left the primary chat logged in at the top of his... This is why we don't give him the pod with the extra screen. And
Text and drive more.
and then finally, in Pod 4, MrGoat could not be here tonight because he is once again traveling the world for job things, and so we brought back Conan in Pod 4, a veteran of all seasons of Tonight We Race, in fact, a championship winner from a number of seasons, and now carrying his very own meatball flag from his recent run down at ORP, Oregon Park. Let's go to the standings in Season 4. We are, of course, in the 4th episode, which means
next login.
we've got 3 racing nights behind us and 3 to go, including tonight. And probably the most important standout thing here is, of course, Kasey Knight, who came out of nowhere and joined us in the 2nd episode of this season, sitting out in front by a wide margin, approximately 1 podium's worth. And that's out in front of Offside and drgould, our 2 other really, really great remote racers. Offside couldn't be here tonight.
Ooh.
And that may affect his standing somewhat. Now, we run a drop 2 season here, which effectively means that you don't get penalized for 2 DNFs or one whole night here. So hopefully that helps him out. The thing is, though, that Kasey already, by virtue of not being here for the first episode, did his drop 2. So that's the target on everyone's back here for the rest of the season. Let's talk about Feature Race 1, which we are about to do. And Tech, if you could just do a quick walk around and make sure that everybody is locked in and ready to rock and roll here in practice. We are taking the season car out for 2 races tonight. The incredible Porsche 911 GT3 Cup of the 992 generation. If you were joining us here as a repeat viewer this season, you've probably seen an awful lot of this car. It is, of course, a GT3 with a little bit stripped out and a little bit more of a rev limiter and no anti-lock brakes whatsoever. It is a very, very raw car to drive, and we're a big fan of it. And I believe that we've got Jack Fan Club in the audience tonight, so we're gonna see how that works out. We'll swap to him more often as he wows us with his driving prowess, and we are taking, since it's England night, we are taking it to the Snetterton 300. You may recall that we took the crew to the Snetterton 200 last season in the Touring Car League. This is approximately 1 mile longer and includes the infield that also happens to comprise the Snetterton 100. It's a very British track. Like most British tracks, it is built out of the remnants of an RAF airfield from World War II, and we are looking forward to see what Jack can do here. Now, of course, this is not Jack's home track from his time overseas. That would be our next feature race tonight. But for the moment, let's see what they can do in this. And we're already seeing some creative lines in their practice session here. Tech, how long have they all been potted up? Approximately? Only just a couple of minutes. All right, so we'll give them a couple of minutes to get their feelings situated here. Here's some more Jack time for you.
Wow, they really put the markers out on this one. Just pipes standing up.
Yeah. Jack raced here in the metaphorical sense directly from work and has parked everybody in at the studio. And so unless he does well here tonight, I suspect no one's going to be able to leave.
Is that a threat?
Well, not to me. I live here.
Oh. Yeah. Fair.
All right, Tech, press the button. We are advancing our drivers into their qualifier for the race. Like all feature races on Tonight We Race, we do qualifiers as lone qualifiers, which means that they will not be seeing each other or interacting with each other out on the track.
Yeah, glad I got 15 minutes in earlier.
We also do these qualies as 2/10, which means they will have an opportunity to set 2 flying laps over a grand total
Seems
of
like
10
clean
minutes,
laps are gonna
not all of
qualify
which
well.
they necessarily need.
Well, I'm out.
Jack Harrison enters his qualifying session here at the Snetterton 300. His pit limiter engaged. Actually, I don't know that.
It's not purple flashing, so no.
So I don't think it actually replicates that. Like, it depends on the car, right? It depends on the dashboard. It's going to be purple flashes on his steering wheel in the studio, but not necessarily in his...
That is true.
His simulated dash here. This is, of course, the out lap, not a flying lap or a green lap. I don't know Snetterton well enough to know if that was the correct turn. Is he on the right part of the track right now?
Is.
Okay, great.
That's why I was confused earlier today, is because they didn't send any cones out.
I feel like cones should be necessary for that part.
A little bit, yeah.
Do you remember the Miata cold open back in like season 1, where everyone just made different decisions about which section they were supposed to take?
Yeah. Or that one track that was in the dark.
Oh, God. Interlagos in Brazil. Ugh. Never again. At least not at night. Let's check in with our drivers as they're getting towards their flying laps. Here we have Potato Lobster on the Bentley Straight as he prepares to enter the Brundle.
Still don't have an answer for why they're named that way.
Or the Nelson. And then finally, through the bomb hole.
It's not a hole.
It's got to be a wartime thing. It's got to be a wartime thing. Checking in with Duffy on his outlap. He's about to make the left 90 degree at Murray's. Or is he? There it is.
Yeah.
And enter the back straight for his flyer. And he's flying. Conan also out. Correctly making the decision about where that turn actually stops. He's out at Palmer, which means that he's on his flyer. And Potato Lobster, that looked like... I guess it's just... If we look long enough, it's... Yeah, it's Agostini. There we go. Having a nice smooth lap. Remembering that 10 minutes and 2 laps is not a whole lot of qualifying, and it actually serves to be on the board at all if you don't think you're going to pull it off in 2 laps. So a little bit of caution is important. Everybody else in the studio, of course, having 3 episodes worth of experience at least in the Cup car. And Jack in Pod 2 coming into it fresh for the night. So a little bit of a disadvantage, but he also does bring that professional driving instructor Schwade V into the studio here. Good evening, Drain. How are you? Gets a little bit of the sausage on the corner there. We could say they're only racing themselves, but the reality is they're racing for position in the race. Left into Murray's, and I think we're about to see our first time coming off the clock here. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. No, I was correct the first time. Passing on to center straight, and that's going to be an invalid lap. One abnormal invalid lap. Well, that's how they get you. We do have 3 times. Tech, you want to... I got it. Thank you. K-Fox sitting out in front with a 152 flat. And when I say flat, I mean all the numbers that can be zeros are zeros. Dr. Gould with a 154.3, which is competitive. Potato Lobster turns in a cautious 202. Duffy with a 205, but indeed, both of them are going to have a spot on the grid. We are waiting for clean laps from Conan, who's sitting in Mr. Goat's chair tonight, the Utah Crew, and Headbang Bison.
Well, spun out on lap 2. But I did put in a faster time than any of my practice laps, so I'm happy.
You're on the board, buddy. That counts.
Yeah, I'm not making. I guess I hope I get to start not from the pit. Same corner twice.
Part of me
turn
wants to
6.
improve, but I'm at 0.000. and
As we
I'm kinda
both
impressed
look
by
at
that.
This is it's like, oh yes, Augies.
Yeah.
They've built a little beach in the middle of that section there. Conan enters the Brundle for the 3rd time.
No, those aren't real.
Fortunately, those aren't real. Unlike the cones that Goals was so fond of collecting as he came through in a car with a front valence. Making the big, big right-hand sweeper, and 90 degrees left. Getting a good kiss on that apex and into the Senna straight, where he might actually get a time out of this.
Ugh.
That would be an abnormal, invalid lap. And so, who actually gets times today?
Utah Crew just posted up.
U-
155.
Utah Crew posts the 155. Very respectable. And I believe that's going to be everyone. Do we have any remotes still out on the track? Nope, they've all got times. Punch it. And then give me a nice front cam on the mess. Actually, Rich's isn't that rough of a turn one.
I did
in
figure
the
out good lines on
No,
turn
that's
grand
13,
spectacle
so
of turn
wasn't all
one.
bad.
Yeah, I
I
got
think
caught up
Montreal
in 6
will be the
twice,
fun
so
one.
I need to watch out for that.
I don't mind hairpins in this car.
They're printed on the map.
It's stopping before
Yeah, they're like
them. That's the
right
problem.
there. I don't know the names.
Oh, I don't have the map.
Reverse from the front. Ah, thank you.
Oh.
Stream Deck is being a little not cooperative.
And they are green, green, green as we get the front of K-Fox coming up through the Senna straight and into turn one. A compound right-hander. Dr. Gould in the Hellman's Mayonnaise car falling into line behind. I don't think he got quite the launch that he was looking for. Whoa!
Okay, that's.
But he may have paid for that. He paid for that dearly.
Ooh.
Almost taking the Utah Crew out on the way. What is happening up there? Potato Lobster sitting in, I want to say 3-4 at this point, falling in behind the Hellman's Mayonnaise car. Damage is, of course, off. However,
I get wrecked.
ego damage is forever.
But we still have the 20-point incident count.
We do still have the 20-point incident count. And so, probably worth calling out that all of our drivers are on an incident budget. And they will take a black flag at 20, which is a little bit over the iRacing default, but not by much. And then they will also take repeat penalties every 5 thereafter. And so it obviously behooves everyone to keep their incident count under control if at all possible. Striker asks, what game is this? This is iRacing.
I'm not sure how this
Or
one's
rather,
gonna go,
the
but
simulation underlying all of this is iRacing. I think, hold on, let me... This racing brought to you by iRacing.com. Utah Crew and Dr. Gould in this. Oh, no. Utah Crew mowing the lawn and coming back out in quite the unsafe re-entry. The McDonald's car, that's Conan's car in Pod 4, narrowly avoiding contact. Big actuator noises from Pod 1. That sounds unfortunate. Fun thing on this show, we feel the crashes often before the cameras pick them up. Right through the floor.
Conan, is that you in front of me?
Yep.
Conan in the third position, looking to pick up drive on Dr. Gould and K. Fox. Dr. Gould and K. Fox.
Ooh, just got hit from behind.
Oh!
Oh,
Whoa!
I straightened you
My
out.
goodness.
it kind of worked out.
Did it?
I am still learning the track, so I should
That was a
call.
very weird line, buddy.
Yeah, I don't really know where this track goes.
What livery is Jack representing? Tim, Jack, I believe tonight is representing the Captain Crunch car for reasons that we do not necessarily understand, but I think Duffy had something to do with it. Oh, is he in plain blue now?
Yeah.
Sorry, he's now in a plain baby blue. I guess in Porsche speak that would be Miami blue, which is one of the 46,000 blues that Porsche manufactures. I'm gonna switch off of tech while he performs surgery on the stream deck that is not cooperating.
I realize why.
Do you need a light? Like a
spicy orange sauce added to my car.
a tally light.
Yes.
I can send you a tally light. Well, but not now. But like, yeah.
Like, you could go on Amazon?
Like tally right now is me going
hey,
behind
Mike.
the curtains and grabbing the
Hey, buddy.
blowtorch, and I will activate it when I need you to do something. So that's what we've got. All right, what is good in iRacing right now? Let's check in on Jack.
Debris.
There is debris on the track, and I cannot imagine how it got there.
Don't fat shame me.
Jack in position 5 after all of that drama. We're seeing a little bit of headlights in his rear view, but not a whole lot. Let's move up 2. Conan in position 4, sitting in MrGoat's seat tonight. We have not yet decided whether the points he scores tonight, if any, are going to count for MrGoat's benefit. We'll figure that out if it becomes
Was
material.
buttery through 13 that time.
Subbing people in and out of leagues in iRacing using the same hardware is actually a really difficult problem, and we chose not to tackle it tonight. Hard right-hander, kisses the apex, comes back outside, wisely avoids the incorrect left
I
turn.
still want to take that turn.
I can't believe there's no cones on that. Like, watching it as a commentator, you're like, and why isn't he going? Oh. Back out to the quad. Can I get an overall map there while you've got that up there? So that's the... oh, no. Did Duffy just pass the Oscar? Oscar Mayer just catched, or... I'm having great difficulty with my words right now.
A lot of brands to keep track of.
Duffy just blew by Utah crew. What happened? Holding
Duffy,
those
just for the
revs a
record, I
little
have
bit
9
too
seconds
long.
Behind you.
I'll take it.
The Cup car does make amazing noises towards the rev limit, but does not produce as much power as it otherwise might. Usually blue flashing means I need you to do the thing right now. That's going to put Utah crew out in 7th place, which is unfortunate because they were actually having a very good season in the Cup car.
Looks like only 5 seconds behind, though.
Headbang Bison, a.k.a. Jack Harrison, has advanced to position 3 now and is 12.4 seconds behind Dr. Gould with, I'm going to guess offhand, maybe 15, maybe 14 minutes left. We will check in on that in just a second. Elapsed time. Oh, 14 minutes left. What I really want is just like an iRacing clock across the top of this screen. That would make my life so much easier. Not that my life is particularly difficult at the moment. Jack also not taking the bait. Every time, man. Every time. Intense look of focus. Following along behind the McDonald's livery. Have you detected our food theme this season? Conan beginning to catch up on
I see you back
Jack's
there.
Miami Blue.
I'm working on it.
Hey, Bill.
Oh, no. Ooh, I can feel that through the floor.
I thought you were coming in there really hot. I was like, that's impressive.
$250,000 of 9/11 eats the wall.
Ah, that's okay. It's only a Porsche.
Dang.
Wounding like 3 people in the room. All of them me. Can I have a... oh, thank you. Utah crew in the hunt for Duffy. This is Duffy's rear gearbox camera. I guess it's technically a transaxle if we're being perfectly honest here.
Made up those 5 seconds already.
Yeah. Duffy's primary theme for this season is consistency, and he seems to be doing that very, very well. Although I suppose we should ask race control for an incident count here before we get too excited. And the sharp left-hander into the Senna straight doesn't get on the hammer quite as early as it could have there because of the overturn, and Utah crew is going to eat his lunch.
Yep.
We're hearing from Tech that Utah crew is the only driver right now in the danger zone for any sort of incident penalty at 12x incidents, 20 being the cap for the first penalty here. So with over half the race left, that could be problematic.
Don't worry, you're just going to walk
Duffy
away from me
overcooking
anyway.
Montreal just a hair. And is making the fundamental, I must turn the wheel harder to turn more mistake when the fronts are already cooked.
Oh, that inner curb sucks.
In cars with brakes like these, the answer is tap the front down.
Every time I'm like, oh, this is where we go fast. And it's like, no, you should have been on the brakes 200 feet ago. What are you doing?
Hey, I hate that corner so much.
It was starting to heat up between 1 and 2, but right as the camera came on, Dr. Gould went wide.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But I see him back there in the... let's bring up your screen here. We are out in front where Dr. Gould is putting up a pretty good fight hunting down K-Fox. Kasey Knight, of course, the dark horse that walked into the studio virtually in episode 2. Might have something to do with all that iRacing experience. Can I get a... give me a front cam on the doctor. What a drift! And winds up pointing the correct direction, which is up. Never mind. Gotta shut my mouth. You gotta baby it coming out of the grass. You gotta baby it.
What was that scream?
Ah, yes, thank you.
almost made a high-speed friend.
Other side of the mayonnaise car, please.
Other side of the man.
I want to be looking at that. There we go. That's achievable.
Yep.
In the, I'm going to guess, 9 minutes left on the clock.
That would be exactly correct.
It's my superpower.
No.
As superpowers go, it's not great, but you work with what you're given.
Fair.
Back out to the quad. I think due to misfortune and other circumstances, everybody has kind of zoned out to their own race here. Let's get a behind view on K-Fox if you're near it.
This track at the Porsche Cup or this track at the M2?
Thank you.
They're both awful.
Indeed, fast as Fox. Just touching the apex, using all the run out, taking the minimum amount of grass necessary. Something track experience. Just goes to show you folks, and I say this in the Reddit sim racing Discord almost every day, it's not the gear, it's the practice. Talent's great, reflexes are great, youth is great. It's practice, practice, practice. Beautiful apex, not taking the bait on the left-hander. Oh, I guess there's a wall drawn across of it when you see it like that.
I mean, from above.
So,
but
like,
when you're at ground level, it doesn't look like that.
But like, at least you'd stop and wonder what happened. You'd be fine. Back out to the quad where we see a couple interesting things going on. Jack still in fourth. He's got 11 seconds to catch up to Conan in MrGoat's seat here. That's going to be challenging with the amount of time left on the clock, but not impossible.
Well, I mean, already down to 10.
I don't think anyone particularly likes taking their positions in a long race via the mistakes of others, but sometimes, once the pack is opened up, that's how you make them. And that's going to be unfortunate as Utah Crew is now going to slip right around him. Potato Lobster also eating a little bit of dirt there. I can tell you one thing, every one of these pods gets a full strip and rebolt after this season. When this thing slides 90, it can stay there forever. Everybody fighting their own battles except the pace car. We're at 6 minutes left in feature race 1, and I think we probably have a fairly clear understanding of how this one's going to shake down at this point. Still 7 seconds separating K-Fox and drgould, and drgould is one of those drivers that can just eat lap after lap after lap and make little nibbles in his time. But the reality here is that even at best lap, he's sitting on a 2-second gap. So he's going to have to dig deep in those Porsche brakes to pull this one out. Excellent turn on Conan's part. He's 14 seconds ahead of Utah Crew, so that's not likely to yield anything. In previous seasons on Tonight We Race, we allowed AIs to race during the feature races, which led to closer racing, but also more inexplicable incidents that no one felt good about. And so we rolled that decision back. I still think this is correct. But once everybody paces out to their approximate locations on a long 3-mile track, like the Snetterton 300, less opportunities for contact and close racing, which can be good. I think Potato Lobster might be catching up to the Oscar Mayer Wiener car. Speaking of close racing and contact.
I don't think Kasey should be allowed to use the whole gearbox anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the rest of the seconds? Some kind of time mage over here.
I am not
Clearly
a
hacking.
I'm just a fox. A fox that has started racing since I was 7.
Well, that's fair.
I'm now 30.
I suppose if you came by the skill honestly.
Yes,
What does that even mean?
By it all honestly, I swear.
I came by that spin honestly.
It's going to be unfortunate for Conan because I do believe that's going to put Utah Crew potentially in striking distance there.
Oh, my crew chief, so helpful. Hey, did you know the guy behind you is gaining on you? You're like, yeah, I'm in the grass.
Oh no.
In his defense, it is me that is gaining on you, so it seems like a weird thing that needs a call out.
Wow, buddy, you're having a really bad day, aren't you?
CMC's coming for you. Have you thought about just coming in early?
The whole state of Utah is very disappointed in you.
Not Christy. She still thinks you're the bee's knees.
That's kind of her.
That lap was 500 seconds.
She just doesn't know you like I do.
Slower than last lap. Are you okay?
Conan on the Bentley straight, about to get to the Grundle, the Brundle, and I do believe Utah Crew still has him in his sights, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it without some mistake. And I can say that because he can't hear me right now, or at least he'll hear me in 8 seconds. You can do it. I believe in you. Getting to the outside for the left-hand 90. Could have taken that apex a little bit deeper. I don't think that's going to get him any drive on Conan. Zooming back out, let's check in on Potato Lobster, who is now inching closer to Duffy. With 1 minute 40 remaining, this looks like the overtake that could still happen in this race. He needs to take this left-hander perfectly and use this straight, and he's on the hammer early, and it's good. It may not look like it, but that's actually going to accordion him in quite effectively.
But this looks like the last lap with 1 minute left.
I expect we're about to start seeing white flags being issued here. He's pulling it in bit by bit. Can hear the exertion coming out of both the humans and the pods. Duffy going wide in the left-hander. He's going to mow the lawn.
Doing so good.
Potato Lobster is going to advance through him.
Blew it all at the end.
No! Duffy, why don't I follow your advice?
Not sure what that was for, but it sounded exciting. What's going on in the Dr. Gould fight? That's our last check-in for this segment.
I'm not
here.
going to catch you, but yeah.
Good talk.
Sorry.
He didn't mean it, Dr. Gould.
Second time I was threw away this lead today.
Yeah, was consistently open.
It's a good thing you have like 2 seconds a lap on me.
Yeah.
And the white flags are coming out. This is going to be the final lap for Conan. And the final lap for Headbang Bison.
I saw Duffy spin. I was like, oh no, that's really unfortunate.
I'll say it. I don't like Snetterton.
He's going to take it easy through. Oh, I'm sideways now.
I like elevation
Is that how I
changes
didn't
in
get
my
lapped?
tracks.
I like cones.
Navigational aids and other markers. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Is this the Utah Crew coming into view on the white flag lap? Oh, goodness.
2 seconds.
No. No. Oh. Oh, and he's got the clean pass. He's through it. He's
great.
picking it up, and he's going home. Actually, I guess he's going to the Brundle, but after the Brundle, most of the way home. Utah Crew got a little bit of pace, and on the correct side, Bison has to back. Switches it back.
Oh my gosh, Gould.
Jack trying to keep it composed and together.
Someone dropped the mayo jar.
Almost loses the rear, but catches it. That is the rally driver instructor at play here. Big right-hand sweeper, left 90, and it's over. Can he do it? Nice and gentle. Uses the runoff. Back on the hammer. And that's going to be curtains for Utah Crew in the final lap.
Exciting.
What a finish.
Incident point.
I like saying words with emphasis behind them. It's exciting. I like talking about it. You can't do that. You can't pass him. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Let's
Ew.
get out before
That'll buff out.
we both disqualify ourselves.
I'm just happy I made it into
I
the
feel like if
55.
we had offered him support services or someone
done,
to lean
Bison.
on, he might not have done that.
Hey, thanks very much, mate. Good fight.
All right,
That was-
let's
that was
move
very
on
ballsy.
to the break between things, and we will do the
Optimism
Bring a
and
Trailer
stupidity are two sides
Challenge.
of the
And
same
as always, we do our Bring a
You're
Trailer
gonna fit in here
challenges
just
in pod
fine.
order, which means I need potato lobster.
He's still driving.
Why is he driving? Finish strong. Finish with hands on the wheel. All right, well done. The Bring a Trailer Challenge, for those of you who are new to the broadcast, is our example of our drivers showing off their automotive knowledge by looking at a Bring a Trailer auction that completed within the last 48 hours or so and telling us which of the vehicles went for more money. But of course, we also use it to get our drivers' impressions of their hot laps. And so, Potato Lobster, this chair's for you. Don't worry about advancing it. We can get it.
I'm for a squiggly oval.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, too many spins.
You don't look all sweat through, so you seem to be doing just fine.
Oh, that's the front of me.
Is the Cup car challenging to drive after spending a whole bunch of time on two wheels?
Yeah. Yes. But the Cup car is
The
rewarding.
driver for the
I
Thruxton circuit
still
will
love
be
this car.
Mango this evening.
It is immensely
Direct
fun to
all the
watch
trail
because
towards
I've driven enough of it that I know what you're feeling as I'm watching it.
And what mistakes you're making.
Sometimes I tend to make as many mistakes as everybody else on the Cup car. I got you something.
Uh-oh.
It's a 0 mile 23 KTM Super Duke with not a mile on it.
They are very fun bikes.
And tonight that is going to be paired with a fine Chianti, a one owner 16 Ducati Panigale R.
How many cubic centimeters?
That's a really great question. Let me tell you
It's
about
probably
the bikes.
the 1190, but
The KTM Super Duke R Evo was acquired by the seller in March 24, and so it is being flipped. It has a 1301 cc V-twin paired with a 6-speed transmission, slipper clutch, ram air intake, twin spark ignition, aluminum tapered handlebar, semi-active WP suspension, Brembo, monoblock front calipers, etc., 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 etc. Clean New Jersey title, finished in orange and silver, 4.2 gallon tank. It's got LED headlights. This one has a 48 millimeter apex fork held by a forged aluminum triple clamp. The adjustable one-piece handlebar features 4 positions. It's got color TFT screen, Supermoto ABS, motor slip regulation, cruise control, auto-canceling turn signals. It has more tech on it than most cars, which is kind of crazy. Had 180 horsepower at the factory, 103 foot-pounds, and has a twin-spark ignition. This one has no miles on it. It's basically new in box. I don't own a motorcycle. I don't know if they come in boxes, but
they do.
Huh.
Is a point of fact.
The Panigale, and what was the engine displacement you were looking for?
Well, that was the question.
This is a 1,198 cc L twin with a 6-speed transmission. This one came with the Ducati Quick Shift, the Data Analyzer Plus, ABS, traction control, engine brake parameters. Includes a Marchesini 17-inch forged wheels. This is your world, not mine. The bike fell off a lift in 2016.
It's done. Track bike. Track bike only.
And replaced, including headlight bracket and fairing, left side upper and lower fairing, side stand, clutch lever, rear wheel, front fender, fuel tank, and swing arm.
Fell off a stand, huh?
Fell off a truck. Fell off a lift.
Okay.
Optional suspensions, forks and springs replaced in 23, fluids in 23. Had 205 horsepower and 101 foot-pounds at the factory. It had an oil blow-by valve fitted in 2020 at the 15K service. And as I mentioned earlier, it's got miles on it. It's got 15,000 miles on it. So your options are a 0-mile Super Duke or a 15,000-mile Panigale R that fell off a truck? Literally.
Man, you made this fun. Gosh, the worst part is they're very close in price.
Yeah?
Like, they're going to be awfully close.
Rella's out there in the audience, and he would like to point out that it's orange.
That's pretty much what I'm going with.
This is something that Dutch people tell me on a regular basis.
We're gonna go with the 0 miles over many miles.
Okay,
we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with the Super Duke.
We are going with the 0 Mile Super Duke, aka the orange one of, and the answer is.
God,
it's the Panigale by about $300.
You can talk him down. It already fell off the truck once.
You can't talk him down. That's an auction, man. All the talking down happened in the comment section. All the talking that was going to happen on these bikes happened. But did you just hear everyone be like, "Oh,
rest in peace."
No points for you tonight. Bring me Headbang Bison.
All right.
Jack Harrison's first time on the show and his first Bring a Trailer challenge, and I'd like to think that we did something appropriate for him. Have a seat.
Hey, all right, mate.
First of all, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thanks very much for having me.
So these guys are not condensers, and so you got to really just kinda, yeah. So since this is your first time here, and it like rally is kind of your thing,
I'm a bit of a fan.
I figured I might bring you something appropriate. And so
blimey! All right.
Tonight, I would love if you could tell me whether it is this original owner 07 STI.
Right, okay.
Or
I'm going to go ahead and guess it's the original owner 2007 Subaru Impreza WRX STI there, Chris. Was I right?
What that is supposed to be is an Evo. Right. It's supposed to be an 86,005 Evo.
Okay.
Which is in the same blue.
All right.
Well, so you're going to have to do this one solely on the descriptions of the cars. So,
right.
We've given you the real challenge here. So the STI, the left-hand STI.
Yep.
42,000 miles. And this was purchased new by Patrick Subaru in North Wilmington, Massachusetts. So it's a Northeast STI.
Okay.
Since then, they've added 42,000 miles. It's lived in California. It's lived in Colorado. It's finished in World Rally Blue. It's got the 2.5-liter EJ 257 flat 4. Drives the wheel, obviously, through a 6-speed manual transaxle. It's got all of the standard transmission differentials and other whatnot, limited slip front and rear. Modifications include Bilstein coilovers, GST Motorsports Tune Cobb turbo back exhaust, Pioneer touchscreen, and kicker speakers. It is the very popular gold finish BBS alloy wheels from that time period for Subaru. It has a clean Carfax and a clean Colorado title in the seller's name.
All right. That's a proper Impreza.
It also comes with the removed factory downpipe stereo and dampers free of charge.
Oh, very kind.
In case you wanted those things specific. The right-hand Subaru, which is actually an 86,000-mile 2005 Evo. It's an Evo 8 GSR.
Right.
That's a turbocharged 2-liter inline 4, modified with an aftermarket air intake, intercooler exhaust system, power through a 5-speed manual transaxle instead of a 6-speed, limited slip front and rear, and an active center. Electric Blue Pearl, which is very, very close to the Subaru color. Clean Connecticut title, another New England rally car. This one had some additional work done to it. It's got a Turbo Smart blow-off valve, a God Snow exhaust system, a new aluminum radiator, aftermarket air intakes and intercooler, and an oil change performed last month. And there is corrosion present in the underside components.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm going to go for the Evo. I think that's more.
So you think the 86,000-mile Evo over the 45-ish 1,000-mile STI?
I'm going to be honest, just Evo owners, mate. They know what they're looking for.
I feel like in the Pacific Northwest, we see so many STIs and other WRX derivatives that this screenshot actually makes an awful lot of sense. And I can't tell you the last time I saw an Evo not at a meet of some variety.
They're by owners, right? They love what they have. They put all the effort into it, and there frankly wasn't quite as many of them.
So you're saying the Evo, which is the right-hand Subaru?
Yes,
in this,
the
in this
right-hand
equation.
STI.
The answer is. It's the WRX. And I went through the comments on this one for the better part of 10 minutes and could not figure out why. It is, well, these photos obviously don't show it, but it is a beautiful example of an Evo. And the only thing I can think of is when a seller says there's corrosion on the underside. That is code for
it's rusty.
Yeah. Basically.
I was thinking about it. I'm surprised at both of the prices.
Come
for those.
on.
36,000 is very high for an STI. I mean, it's going market.
Yeah.
But 22 is very low for an Evo.
We are stunned by things on Bring a Trailer every time we are here.
Yeah,
no
kidding.
points for you, but on the other hand, you couldn't win any points anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel great about that now.
So then bring me Duffy.
I got you.
Thank you, Jack.
Hey, cheers.
Looking forward to seeing Feature Race 2 on your home circuit.
All right, well, we'll see what's up.
You were here when I put that together. There were two pictures of two different cars on that screen.
Yes, I don't know what the hell happened. That's so weird. I witnessed it with my own eyes.
Ghost.
Honestly, don't think you should have made the click.
I hope you clicked.
No, I clicked. I take my click seriously. We started this broadcast at a 47 clicker fuck up, and we are now sitting at 50. What a season. Hey, I got you some cars.
All right.
Or did I? It's
2 Audis. No.
It is 2 Audis. It is a 22 Audi RS3, and that one's got 19,000 miles on it.
All right.
Or,
so mine is definitely.
I had to dig for this.
Yeah, it's dirt.
A 20 valve powered 83 Quattro with 160,000 miles on it, suspected. Total mileage unknown. Would you like to hear about your cars tonight?
Either one of those can come home with me.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with any of these choices. So the RS3, it's a 22 RS3, and obviously the engine choices in these have been changing over the years. This particular one has the turbocharged inline 5, which I believe it shares with the TTRS of the previous generation. So it's got the inline 5. It's on the 7-speed dual clutch transaxle. It's obviously got Quattro all-wheel drive. Do you know if they've moved these to torsion differentials over Haldex? Because I think that was always kind of the problem with the TT.
I think either this year or 2023, where then it's got like a drift mode and you can just spin one back wheel if you want.
It's got all these standard RS features. It's got the redesigned rear bumper cover versus the S3. Carfax reports indicates minor damage to the rear of the vehicle from an accident in January of 24. To the rear of the vehicle, that's kind of interesting. Probably spun it around and ended it into something. Damage to the left front was sustained in a separate incident in May of 24. Seller tells us that the front bumper cover and left fender have been repainted. So you just automatically subtracted, I don't know how much money for the repaints. Heated power adjustable seats. Appointments include dual zone climate control, cruise control. It's got the Burmester audio system, which adds 8K to cars for no reason whatsoever. Audi virtual cockpit. When it was at the factory, it was making 401 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds. Obviously, it's been dinged around a little bit since that. S-tronic dual clutch. The Quattro, get me out of the way here, was refurbished and modified after the owner's previous 2017 purchase. It's a turbocharged 2.220 valve AAN inline 5, so back to their roots, honestly. Installed and mated to a 6-speed manual. In addition, also has a B3 Coupe Quattro source drivetrain, upgraded brake components, a new coilover suspension, RS2 specification exhaust manifold, and a custom K24 turbocharger. So it's a bit of a project car. Trophy seats by Recaro. This Quattro was purchased by the seller on Bring a Trailer in 2021, relocated to Canada, and is now offered with a British Columbia registration. Lots of interior work, including the fact that the odometer does not work and will never not show 160,000 miles. That is where it lives now permanently, and they don't know the actual mileage on it. At the factory, they won't even tell us what it was making. However, the inline 5 was sourced from an Audi S6 in 1995. So you could argue that this is an Quattro in shell only. It's been pretty heavily
Yeah, it's
refit.
pretty gone through.
But now, you need to tell me which of these two cars went for more money.
This one's tough. With the 22 being a little clapped out, with its checkered history. I'm going with the RS. I think it's the RS.
You're going with the RS3, and I actually don't remember, and so we're going to discover together what the numbers are, and then we can rap about it. It's
Just
the
barely.
RS3,
Yeah.
just
I
barely.
figured that was probably 47, so 50 makes sense.
$46,000 for an 83 Quattro.
I thought that would be more like 36 or something, so that's nuts.
But both of these cars have seen things happen to them, but I think for different reasons. Like, I don't understand why you take an Quattro, which was a world-ending car at its introduction, especially in the rally world, and like replace all the bits and pieces that made it what it was. Whereas that RS3, like, someone's been eating things in that RS3.
Yeah.
It's been getting whipped around. It's been backed into things. It's like someone's been playing bumper cars.
Probably
in
smells
that
like
car.
cherry vape inside.
Oh man, you got a point. Get out of the chair.
This is like 3 points, I think.
Bring me Conan. I can smell that. Cherry vape.
The cherry vape
Welcome
and the
back.
Quattro.
Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
It is so nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Was this the right car for your return?
I don't think there is a right car for my return. Let's be honest.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I know that
I survived.
You were itching to drive the Ligier.
Yes.
And I am itching for us to run the Ligier next season. If that's not too much of a look ahead. So all right, let's I did something for you.
Oh, hooray.
Here it is.
I love things.
For you tonight are a 2020 Ford GT in blue Cepheus, which is a, guess how many dollars color? 30,000 additional dollars for that blue.
Is it because of the licensing fees to Final Fantasy for the Sephiroth name?
I have no idea. It's a really great question, and we are pairing it tonight with something I never thought I'd have on the show for reasons. A Bring a Trailer 23-mile 911 ST. Let's talk about these cars. Can you tell I'm already angry just talking about it?
Yep.
The GT has 2,800 miles on it, so it's basically just out of break-in. As I mentioned, the blue Cepheus color is $30K additional. This one was purchased in Ken Grody Ford in Buena Park, California.
Yeah, I'm doing.
It's got the black shadow
learning
stripes.
laps
This is
right
a
now.
twin turbocharged 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6,
I love that motor so much.
paired with a 7-speed dual clutch
I've never
transaxle.
driven this course, and I'm just
Let me
straight in
mute
with no.
Discord here. There we go. The Chris Svensson designed second-generation GT debuted in 2015. History. LED headlights, lightweight Gorilla Glass, butterfly doors, retractable active rear wing, LED taillights, rear diffuser, carbon fiber monocoque. Obviously, no expense has been spared to make us think that very little expense has been spared on this car. Everything's a stressed member. It's got variable ride height, front axle lift, selectable drive modes, launch control, etc., staggered wheels. This one was worth 660 horses and 550 foot-pound at the factory. And at 2,600 miles, it probably still is. This one has 13 more horsepower than the previous generation. And they want you to know this. It had an MSRP of $594,000
Okay.
on the sticker.
Yeah.
The ST is a 911 GT3 RS in Touring Edition configuration. It is a car that you may recall the history of the original Touring Edition, that Porsche was so mad at 911R speculators for the prices they were charging for the car, not driving them, that they built the Touring Edition as basically a 911R that wouldn't have a production limit on it. They basically said, never again, fuck you speculators. So then they turn around and they build an even bigger, greasier, 550 horsepower monster, naturally aspirated monster, and I'll read you the stats. And they put it in Touring Edition trim. They safe it down, and they only make, well, in this case, like 1,900 of them, but it's still Still limited build. Like, you can't get a build allocation for it. They've all been built. Like, they're done. This one's got 23 miles on it. You've had a Porsche, you know the option set. It's got the 2021 staggers, LED matrix headlights, PDLS, executive design taillights, extended range fuel tank, PCM, Bose system, which is good. When this one was new, which is basically right now, 518 horsepower, 342 foot-pounds of torque. It's the 4-liter flat, direct injected, like naturally aspirated. It is a screamer. It's an RS in Touring Edition trim, because maybe that means the cops aren't going to pull you over. And this one is 1,526 of 1963, because they're commemorating some ancient 911, which is Porsche.
Okay, yeah.
They also want you to know that at an MSRP of $331,000.
Right, which is like the world's largest line. I'd also like to note that the 911 that I own, or my wife owned, was, 55% of the horsepower and 0.5% of the cost of these things. So,
yes.
That helps.
And also
back in the glory days when you could buy a water-cooled Porsche for like, $6,000.
Still drove like a 911.
Oh,
like,
amazing.
Can't stress that enough. Kids, if you're out there right now and about to be in sticker shock of these numbers that we're going to reveal, you could go buy a 911 right now for $30,000 and it would be a fucking fantastic car, and you should go do that. But that's not why we're here. You need to tell me what direction the bullshit flows on this one.
I mean, it definitely goes to the Porsche, but like, I'm going to take the Sephiroth car. This is how it always goes, and I'm always wrong, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. These aren't my points anyway. Sorry, Mr. Goat.
The answer is, sorry, Mr. Goat.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's the 911.
Every time.
But let's do this in terms of differential to their MSRP. The GT is approximately $250,000 over its MSRP. And the Porsche is almost $500,000 over its MSRP.
2.5 times.
It is nuts. And here's the thing that pisses me off. Like, I was in Porsche's camp when they came out with the Touring. Not just because I bought one, but because fuck the speculators, right?
Right.
Like, it was a car that, like, semi-reasonable people could own and not have to shell out $500,000 to get a hold of. And then they do this.
I do have to say, though, like, I feel like on some level, and I'd be really curious to drive one of the modern 911s. Like, I feel like on some level, you're just like, just buy an S model. It turns out 400 horsepower is all you can reasonably use on the street anyway.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
Like go buy, like it feels like the new thing is that you go buy a S model, have fun, and be like, of course it's not a turbo, of course it's not a whatever, and like just leave that to the people who have more money than God, whose money has become self-replicating, and now $805,000 for a 23-mile, 1-year-old car is completely reasonable.
Yeah, no one that bought these cars was hurt by the purchase. That's the mind-blowing thing.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But anyway.
Well, I'm going to send you back to drive, and no winners, no points.
Yep, indeed. As is foretold in legend.
Let's do the thing. Feature race 2. Putting the clipboard away. Show, welcome back. Any surprises?
Do I need to get into Porsche investing? What's going on here? No. The answer is no, but...
Let's just say
yes?
that I know the numbers that my GT3 sold for after I sold it, and the number keeps going up every time I see it. No winners, no points. We are taking the 911 GT3 Cup cars. It's a very 911 season. Back out to the Thruxton Circuit, which is basically the exact opposite track that we could have in England and still have a racetrack. It is wide, it is broad, and there are just 12 turns on this multi-mile circuit, only 2 of which are particularly severe. And so this is a long, wide, high-speed clockwise course. Press the notifications for 3. I mean, if you've got the 356, man, we'll figure it out. So our drivers have now... Oh, wrong slide. Back. There we go. Our drivers have now been out on the practice for a little bit.
Funny story, I was watching some of the times over there in the corner. We've got a fight on our hands between the K-Fox and Utah.
Oh, on their practice laps?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
0.8, I saw.
Okay.
Who needs a setup?
Godspeed us, I guess.
Well, you keep me in good shots, and we will commentate on them. I understand that this is Conan's first lap in practice due to the fact that he has been doing Bring a Trailer Challenge now in the 4 slot. We'll let him get a little warm-up time here. At a cost of, we're going to watch him do it. Did we activate Discord audio again? Yes, we did. Good. Good, good, good.
I feel like there's even fewer markers on this one.
There aren't as many, like, braking indicators if that's what you're looking for. But why would you want braking indicators?
I like the way this track is just as like multi-lane as ORP is.
Yeah, you can go.
You can get lost in how wide this track is.
It is a really fun drive. When we did season dev for this season, and we were comparing
in the
the Cup car and the Ligier back to back.
Just like ORP.
We had the Ligier out here, and that was just an absolutely magical drive. That was the drive that made me regret not driving this season at all, Enduro Specials notwithstanding. Conan coming through the chicane. It looks like he kind of has things under control.
I mean, yep.
Have a start-finish grid.
You can go ahead and advance the session. I think we're okay.
Oh God, sorry.
It's okay.
Bonk.
Commentators curse, Rella. Oh, look, Porsches.
Came right back on. I'm good. Just littered the.
Oh boy, this is
littered
going
the
to be
track
great. Okay, everybody, I am a semi-guided missile. The missile knows where it is because it knows where it isn't. Hopefully it is not inside you.
Words to live by, really.
Racing?
Yikes. I have no idea where this track goes.
I would
It'll be
suggest
great.
turning on the line.
Reminder to the audience, we qualify at 2 over 10. This is a lone qualifier. They cannot hurt each other in quali,
This will help.
except emotionally.
We'll see what happens.
It will help. It also won't.
Following Jack Harrison out on the track, turns out this is Jack's home track.
I might have to add fuel for this.
So on the one hand, we're expecting
what?
great things out of him. On the other,
For extra weight?
don't mess up.
No, just like make it to the end.
Why?
Anything we can do to help.
Do you choose like a quali setup or something?
Spinning your tires in the grass?
No, for my practice.
I mean,
lap,
so far, it kind of looks like he has it
add
under
fuel
control.
there.
Really?
Race lap.
Why do I say
Why?
these things?
I mean,
Why do I even show up? Show could run without me. Everyone would be happier. Potato Lobster out on his outlap for the quali. Running off in the exact same spot. Do they leave tire marks for each other? Like,
that's a good question.
can you warn off others with your failures?
Just ghost tracks appear in front of you.
Oh, look, Duffy hasn't. Oh, wait, hold on. You got to lean into it, man. Thus far, the only safe driver through the Goodwood turn complex.
That is not the best way to start the lap. Cool.
Lobster Day Potato.
Getting a green flag in the middle of a chicane.
That's where they got you. And he is off on his hot lap. Green, green, green. Everybody out there doing their best to turn in a real one because I suspect there's going to be some real racing on this track in approximately 7 minutes. Jack with a little lift there. You can see his telemetry, just a tiny, tiny little brake stabs just to get the front end under control there. A car that responds very, very well to weight transfers. In fact, that's actually a common complaint of other simulator drivers versus iRacing is that way too much emphasis is placed on controlling GT3 style cars with the throttle and not with steering. Jack knowing the Thruxton limits there very well and taking the bits of that chicane super.
You got to slow down, but you
tight.
still.
He's got a real time at 1:15.
No, I didn't get the lap. It invalidated it, but I got to slow down.
I'll take a look at those if you don't mind.
So
we've actually placed our camera right over that version of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, can you give me the real one? Thank you. Well, oh my goodness. What am I looking at right here?
Yeah.
I will point out that it was the Utah crew that made the final argument for picking this car this season. And this track was the seller. So I think they may have been practicing.
Ah, damn it. I dropped the tire on the kink on the back.
We've got times for everybody except for Kasey at this point.
Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing this track has like 4 corners.
Here we go. Did I do it? Yes!
Okay.
K-Fox turning in an entire second on Utah crew. That's going to be spicy.
Corner is quite something.
But times from everybody.
Solid times from everybody.
Damn, that would have been a 13.4.
This is going to be
if
a
I hadn't
race.
dipped my tire.
And the checkered flags come out. They are going to be called home to Jesus and asked to grid up.
That would have been a 12.5 if I didn't come the track.
Oh,
Tech
good
hitting the
for
magic
you.
button, and the
I
actual
got a
gridding begins.
30.7, so look out.
Sorry.
I like 15. 15 is a good number.
They grid in. Where's our drama cam right now on this one? I'm going to say right here.
Expect me to be fighting for the podium.
And green, 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 off they go. Not an optimal start from the Duffy pod, and we're already seeing some contact out there. Jack keeping it together with rapid sawing out the wheel, but Potato Lobster pulls out in front.
Too far back this time.
Thank goodness.
Jack having the experience on this track here, knowing where to push and where to give, but at the end of the day, he still has to get around that ass. Not taking the bait, leaving that one go. We've seen everybody go wide through this complex. And he is flat out.
To break here.
Proximity warning going off. He's going to be crossing the midline here. He is through and takes contact as a result. But he gets the position. Checking in. Conan in pod 4. Right on top of the Utah crew. Utah crew locks up the front right brake. Conan locks up the other brake. And it's up to race control to decide how to adjudicate this one.
That's all right.
The single most predictable aspect of the Porsche Cup car is that it will differential lock if you slam it hard. One of the wheels will lock up, and then you get to live in the hell world you have constructed.
Nicely recovered.
And we're back to it being a real fight between the Utah crew and Conan. Looks like that's going to be a three-way fight soon enough. Tech, what's going on up front?
Gould and K-Fox are they're hanging in.
Give me a gyro cam on Dr. Gould because that looks like a fun fight up there. I hope when Offside sees this footage he gets jealous because this could have been a three-way fight, buddy. I actually don't even know what he's doing tonight. It's usually hockey and smoking. All right, let's pick a different camera. Yeah, there we go. Whatever wheel camera that is. The nose camera. How about a far chase? We gave him his entire stream deck so he could hit fun camera buttons. Big eating on the curb there. Dr. Gould knows he's fast, but is he that fast? The question he is trying to answer for himself. K-Fox tough to catch in almost any car in any circumstance. Heading back to the quad for drama. Here's some. Headbang Bison approximately 2 seconds behind Conan in Pod 4 and looking to enter the three-way fight with Utah Crew, but Utah Crew also looks like they've extended their lead over Conan by just a hair here. Oh no. Almost locked it up again, but pulls it out. He is going to accordion his way back into the fight here. Using superior English track knowledge to gain position. Cutting way inside and then getting a good angle on the second part. That's going to get him a quarter of a second right there. It's all about setting up for the second turn. Conan, being new to this track, does not do well for him here. Can hear the pods creaking as they take those curbs. We are damaging aluminum here tonight, folks. It's glorious.
All in the name of a good fight, though.
All in the name of a good fight. Said hi. Well, also said hi. From Conan's position, he's got a bit of a distance to make up here on the Utah Crew, but the chicane is his opportunity. Oh,
nice.
Jack's going for it. Jack took it. He's out of here.
Move. Jesus.
Such
Somebody knows how to
racecraft.
break into that corner.
Jason says, new, what game is this? It looks cool and you have a sim. Well, this is, hold on, I have to do the brought to you by iRacing spiel here. This is iRacing, which is the world's largest racing simulator. Not the cheapest by any stretch of the imagination, but that's neither here nor there. And if you are looking for a clean race in almost any car class anywhere in the world, this is the software where that is possible. Millions of turned-in laps every year from drivers all over the world in a wide variety of car classes. Conan has caught up, and he is going to make the overtake on the outside. Doesn't quite have it, but has closed the
Now I
gap.
get to follow your braking line into this.
Conan attempting to replicate the overtake that he took earlier.
It's a very spicy line, sir.
Yeah, totally on purpose, too.
Yeah, I believe it. Do that every time?
Thank you,
I'm not panicking, you're panicking.
Oh,
We're all panicking.
We made it. We made it through.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I think I was a little unpredictable.
It looks like front traffic has caught up to the rear of the pack here, and that is going to be Dr. Gould in the Hellman's Mayonnaise car, and what I don't see is K-Fox in front of him. Oh, there's
in
Casey.
the distance.
This is right over. I mean, maybe it's just a matter of camera perspective. No, Casey's a turn ahead. Let's go back to the drama then.
Rip my drive.
This is where the drama is tonight, folks. It's why we love Conan. He brings it to the studio. Heading back into the chicane. He knows the pass can happen here.
12?
12 what?
Another fastest lap.
Conan now sitting at 14.8 on the lap counter here. Dr. Gould with a 14.1. Is this a certain map? Yes, this is Thruxton Circuit.
Coming around on your right, Duffy.
Like most things in England, a repurposed RAF airfield that is now a racetrack.
Yes, sir.
The cars are the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup of the 992 generation. And I'll tell you what, though the Cup cars are fun on this track, it is really fantastic in LMP. So like a Ligier LMP3 or any of the LMP2 or 1 cars. High downforce makes this track incredible. Even F4 really. It's been featured in the FIA F4 series as well. Conan looking for the drive. Oh no. I think Jack managed to extend that by about a quarter second there. But everybody's still turning in spicy as hell laps. Dr. Gould now sitting on a 112.4.
Next lap always sucks.
Chasing down K-Fox with a 112.7.
That's how it works, mate.
Or, oh, no, I'm sorry, a 112.1. And that is the main spice of the night right now.
Oh, we both did a little gardening out there. I was like, I'm coming through this so oh, that's too hot.
It is spice.
Oh my god.
He who controls the spice gets to drink champagne at the end of the race. Going in deep on the right-hander, shallow on the left. Maybe picked up a 10th there. Still very much at arm's length. Zooming back out. You know what I forgot to rebuild when I rebuilt the broadcast set? I forgot to rebuild the thing that puts our front camera right back in the center of the thing there again. Uh-oh.
Oh, tragedy.
Where's that coming from? Oh, no. That's not a direction you want to see him facing. I think Duffy also just had an oops.
Then I was doing so well.
2 oopses, and that puts the big competition at position 6 and 5 now.
But did you save it?
Yes, I did.
Hell yeah.
Potato Lobster now with the Utah crew, I believe, hot on his behind.
You jerk.
My wishes do come true.
Which position's that?
1 and 2.
Ooh. Bring it to me.
That gap is closed.
When did this gap close?
Just happened. Closed 8 seconds to 2 seconds.
We are back to the 1-2 fight, which we thought was going to be settled law, but it turns out is now a fight.
Maybe you should stay off the bottle then.
Oh, that's not where the track goes.
Dr.
Pretty good
Gould
chance it
going
goes right.
deep on the inside there, taking some curb. Haven't done the math on whether getting unsettled and the bumpy is worth it or not. K-Fox going into the chicane complex ahead. Deep on the left, deep on the right. Dr. Gould taking a more shallow line through there. Covering more ground as a result. I don't think that did him any favors. I haven't had a chance to analyze Kasey's lines through here in any great extent, but it looks like treating that chicane as a bumpy straight seems to be paying off for him. Deep in the curbs on that one, and on the left. Duffy staying to the outside to let them through. Very kind of him. I wish I knew what closed that gap.
Wish I did too.
Searching for drama. Here's some. There's the Utah crew just passing Potato Lobster. Potato Lobster taking a cut black flag and not yielding it.
I'm listening to the broadcast right now. Too much mustard on the throttle.
Almost getting on the inside of the Utah crew there. He's actually holding on to that penalty very effectively. Duffy at 13 incidents, the desk is telling us. When you've got something up front, you can just punch it through. Utah crew going a bit wide through there. Looks like it took a couple miles an hour off of him. And entering the chicane complex. I am continually convinced, or rather increasingly convinced, that this is where a lot of the time is made and lost on this track.
Speaking of.
Especially if the rear gets unsettled. And then that's the end of that.
But yeah, it looks like you can cut quite a bit of that corner on both sides of the chicane.
Yeah, they let you go deep in there, and they do not ding you for it. So I think that is definitely the secret. But of course, with these cars being so flat and the suspension being the way that it is, you have to do so in a way that isn't going to unsettle you on the exit.
Well, without Jack to follow, how am I supposed to go fast?
And as above, so below, our drivers have separated back out into their own personal battles. We've got a little bit of Utah crew catching up on, is that pod 4? Yes, it is. Utah crew catching back up on Conan, entering the chicane.
That is a little too much cutting.
Yeah, I don't think they reward you for that. Looks like we have a 3-7 contact up ahead, but I don't think that is going to. No, it's not a fight. But we still like watching overtaking, like so. Headbang Bison, Jack Harrison clearing through some of the back marks. And now sitting in position 3 with 24 seconds to Dr. Gould. Believe it or not, I think we might actually be 3/4 of the way through this race. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Some serious high-speed fights through here, but the lion's share of the positions being won and lost are all about the exit from that chicane. Our drivers are getting tired now. Most of them operating on 15 Newton meter wheels, and they've been at this for a couple of hours. Conan pulling up on Duffy.
Come on, give me that 11.
Almost losing the rear there for a second.
On your right,
Going
Duffy.
for an
thank
11.
you.
I'm trying to just get into the 12s.
Sorry, I'm a perfectionist.
Conan approximately 10 seconds from Jack. Jack going deep into the green, but ultimately 26 seconds out of Dr. Gould, and Dr. Gould, respectively, about 6 seconds out of Kasey, a.k.a. K-Fox. Oh, no. That would not be the first time someone has eaten that on the chicane exit. That is probably going to be the end of the Utah Crew's night as far as competitive is concerned. Potato Lobster coming through the chicane complex. Also, just a little bit of rear oversteer there. That butt just getting a little bit out of whack. And that's the price you pay for eating so deep into those apexes in the chicane. Everybody back out to their own fights. The drivers finishing strong and quiet as they try to end the hell of Thruxton without wiping out one more time. We're at 1 minute remaining, which means we're going to start seeing.
Oh, we're catching because I think
that was Headbang Bison.
that was a spin out.
Yes, it
So
was.
down to 3 seconds.
That is a surmountable gap in 1 minute, but it has to be perfect. Will there be one more fight in the chicane? As the sun comes out all Lord of the Rings style? Conan holding it together, steering with his throttle. I don't know what kind of chicane performance up here reels this one in. That's a 2 second, maybe 3 second gap.
Slowly reining
2.7.
it in, though. 2.7, 2.6.
He may get one more lap to try it. We'll see what the flag says. That's his white.
White flag.
They're going to give him one more. He gets one more at bat. This one for all the marbles.
New fastest lap. Yep.
Conan marking a 1:35, or excuse me, a 1:13.01. It's his best of the night.
Oh boy. Woof.
Oh man.
I missed that. Where'd it come from?
I don't know. 5 laps of
race.
fuel. Okay, well, we're good.
Good race. Oh hey, my fuel level alarm is on.
Cutting it down to 1.9.
1.9 exiting turn 8. Coming up to the chicane. This is achievable in the dictionary definition of the word.
Yeah. Huh.
You know, actually, I think that bought him a second.
It did, but
Oh,
well,
But that was the
God damn it.
I think they're gonna throw him away for that.
Yep, that's kicking me to the back. But I did manage a 13 flat coming up on you.
That's pretty hot.
13.1. Woof.
Very nice.
Finishing out
Amazing
with Potato
motivation
Lobster
to
in
go-
his
to go
final lap.
fight.
He's gonna make his chicane.
I think I got a 13.2 as my fastest. 13.6, sorry.
And that's going to be everyone. Let's look at the final standings on feature race 2 for the night. It's going to be Kasey Knight, K-Fox up front with a 1:11.8 fastest lap, followed by Dr. Gould, Jack Harrison, a.k.a. Headbang Bison, in position 3. The Utah Crew, Conan sitting in for MrGoat seat tonight, Potato Lobster and Duffy rounding it out. What a race. We will bring to you a button. We will bring to you the updated standings in the league later tonight in the YouTube posts, but for the moment, I think we're done.
exciting racing.
I'm going to hit the button.
13.5.
And that means I can do
Oh, so good.
this. No. This! Tonight We Race is a group activity. We get together as a group, plan, design, and drive as a group, and you can do that either as a local or a remote driver. We would love to have you out here on the show. The Discord is the first place to do that. I'm pretty sure I hit the button and then navigated back out of the place where the music actually happens.
You're allowed to be
There's the
2 seconds a lot faster
soundtrack.
than me if you've been doing
So
this
thank you for
entire
coming out
goddamn
tonight. We will see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific
you were
for
doing it in
episode
Velcro
5
shoes.
of Season 2. Episodes 5 and 6 being in America. Tracks north of the Mason-Dixon line and tracks south of the Mason-Dixon line. We will see you in 1 week. Take care of yourselves. All right, folks, we're out.
Do you have Velcro gloves?
Nicely done. Good
I
racing.
do, but I left them back in Texas. But my girlfriend does.
Yeah. Nope, bring her down.
All right, folks, that was super fun. See you next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've got Conan for 2
Everybody, it
weeks.
was a pleasure joining you all.
Conan, will you actually see us next week?